Hey folks, we're on hold
Dr. State Republican Party.
for
For any
9
other
minutes
questions
and
or
39
comments, press
seconds
4 to leave your
with the
name, number,
RNC,
and a brief message.
Republican National Committee, where Analisa Stravato has a position. And on the screen here, if you take a look, this is our 6/11, which is 4 days ago. Application prejudgment remedy number 36 for $5 million to Analisa Stravato for rigging her third federal race through fraud. So no one's answering any calls, no one's answering any emails, but according to Cora and Connecticut General Statute 53A of the Penal Code, we can go over what's happening. And the Republican National Committee
at 202-224-3121 or wait while I transfer your call. Sorry, this number did not answer.
No, they don't answer. We've been trying to contact them via email. They won't answer. So Analisa works for Wilton, Connecticut, the GOP, and the RNC. She's the top dog. She's actually number 2. Wilton has been robbing me for years, and we've filed police reports about money laundering, check fraud, wire fraud, securities fraud, and they falsified a 25-year investigation into the theft of $50 million with multiple towns: Darien, Norwalk, Stamford, East Haven. And as it turns out, Judge Prejudgment was involved, and he was counsel to the city of Stamford until Malloy became governor. He made him a judge, and then he heard the case. And they sent a confidential informant to kill me with an axe. So we went to court 3 times about that. And let's get back to Analisa, because what Wilton did was a guy robbed my brokerage firm and stole 6 NASDAQ workstations and started trading in our accounts with my stolen machines, and they stole my identity and my securities licenses and my checkbook. So Bank America had 10 attorneys falsely claiming to be my attorney, Bank America, and they started targeting us and surveilling us, stalking us, because they figured out that Judge Adams was wrong. So here we go. So Wilton got dragged into this thing. The guy on River Road here in paragraph 2 stole Greenwich Global LP's assets. So the judge and the law firm and the 10 attorneys that I don't know created another company called Greenwich Global LLC, a Connecticut corporation. Mine's a Delaware corporation. The Connecticut Greenwich Global LLC, which is not LP, I owned a limited partnership, has been serving people for years, and the clerks are destroying the evidence. So when you listen to the case, they're doing it all for Judge Adams, who we filed numerous court actions against. As a direct result, the state of Connecticut destroyed all votes for Flynn in the 2020, 2022, and 2024 elections. The Wilton registrar, who's Analisa Stravato, is also on the RNC, which is a problem. And she's also been on the Rules Committee. She's been on the Credentials Committee. And she rigged the delegates in Wilton, destroyed all the votes for Flynn in Wilton, and destroyed all the petitioning candidate signatures for multiple U.S. Senate races and now a congressional race. Analisa is Wilton Registrar of Voters. Big problem. Big fraud problem. Okay. You can do what you want. Analisa was credentials chair, according to State Central, and she's on State Central. And she rigged the 2024 congressional race in addition to the recent 2026 congressional race. None of the rules were followed in the 2024 convention. None of the rules were published for the 2026 convention. Flynn objected to the rules, which he was denied. I never got the rules. I was told about the rules, but I never got the rules. The secretary of the convention disregarded Flynn's objections. I was forced outside the physical room by the Mohegan Sun Police. About 12 officers are involved. Okay. Analisa violated the state GOP bylaws and the RNC national bylaws. You can look them up. The Convention Credentials Committee, chaired by Analisa, switched their positions after I filed numerous credential challenges on 5/6. And the fact that Mohegan Indian Tribe is a sovereign nation really gets into the weeds. Ben Proto threatened Jason Douglas that Douglas would be sent to Whiting like Flynn. So is Ben Proto claiming to be the guy who sent me to Whiting? Really, I'd like to know. The convention police were hired by Marianne Turner's Project Unlimited co-conspirator. Wow. I don't know if I really need to share all the rest of this stuff, but Flynn's campaign manager from the 2024 race against Murphy is missing. Flynn's Whiting advocate was murdered on 7/3/2025. So the fact that Blumenthal offered me a $100 million bribe after they stole $50 million in 2000 and they claimed that 8% interest got them to the figure of $100 million. Flynn requested the names of the dispute committee. No answer. Marianne Turner sent emails to delegates telling them not to support Flynn. Really, that's not her function. It's interference in a federal race, and it violates your bylaws. So now State Central's in trouble. Okay. Because there are emails. Flynn filed credentials challenges on 5/6, 5/7, 5/8, 5/9, 5/10, and no one got back to Flynn because there was no credentials committee. It evaporated. That's a problem. Flynn was due a response by convention. No response was given. Flynn was threatened by Proto at convention, and the delegates were prevented by Tom O'Day to nominate and second Flynn. Big problem. He's a senator. No, he's a state rep, but he's on the judiciary. Huge problem. Huge problem. And I can't tell you what the huge problem is, but it's okay. So thank you. I did file a credentials challenge and then a prejudgment remedy number 36 for $5 million. And we're pursuing criminal charges for felony misrepresentations. And we filed a motion on 517 to appeal directly to the Supreme Court of Connecticut, which is Justice Mullins, who destroyed 1,100 habeas corpus on me. So they're reluctant to take the case. They only had 7 days to transfer the case to the Supreme Court. So now they're in deeper shit. But the ship, we just keep piling it on top. And I thank you for listening. No one cares. The courts are shut. The courts are totally dysfunctional in Connecticut. And it is organized crime that the state does not respond to something like CGS 52-265A. Look at the rules. Look at the rule of law. Thank you very much for listening.